Welcome to the part 3 of calculated fields using DAX and Power BI. So we are going to see the DAX functions over here, which are mathematical and statistical functions, a few demonstrations of them. So here we will begin by creating a new table in our model, which we are going to call as measures table, under which we are going to store all our measures to keep it organized. Okay. So in our previous session, we have created a measure named as quantity returned and quantity, total quantity ordered. So we are going to even keep these measures also in that table. So let us first do that, create that table, and then we will see that how we can create the measures using our arithmetic operators, using the math operator and so on. So to do this, we'll go into modeling tab. Here you can see there is a new table option. So I click on new table. It gives me an option to create a table over here. I can also rename the table. Let us, so new table, and I can rename the table as measures table. Okay, so this is the measures table that we have created, and under the equal to we can put a blank, which means there is nothing in this table. Okay, so we can create a blank table with a single cell named as measure table. Okay, so I hit enter, and as I hit enter, you are going to see that a new table with the name measure table is created, and you can also see the symbol on it. The symbol is different than the all other table symbol. It contains a table as well as a calculator symbol in it. Now we will go ahead and add our measures in this table. So to do that, we will go to the measure that we have created. Okay, so we have created a measure in our sales data table. Okay, so here is the measure. We have created a total, calculate total in our sales data measure. So we're going to click that, and when we click that, it will open the context menu. And from here, you can decide that in which table do you want this to appear. So I want this measure to appear in the measure table. Okay, as I do that, you can see the effect that under the measure table, this calculate total quantity, order quantity has come. Okay, now I can delete this value if you want, because it is not required. So I can delete this value over here by right clicking it and selecting, I think, right. So you can press the delete button and see if it deletes. Yeah, so you can click here. You can select height for now. Okay, yeah. So this value will be hidden. Okay, so calculate this thing. Also, I think we have created all returns. I think, yeah. So in the product subcategory also there is a calculated field that is created and so on. So you can keep on adding these measures in that measures table. All right, so let us now go ahead and create one more measure which is based on quantity return. So quantity return we have not created yet. So how do we do that? We will go to returns table, okay, or we can go to measures table, and under the measures table we can write create a new measure. Okay, we are going to name this measure as quantity returned. Okay, and write down the formula, which is going to be the sum of quantities returned. As soon as you write sum and the bracket, it will show you all the parameters that you can supply. So here you can browse to the returns table. If returns table is not already there in your model, because I think we have not added it when we were doing the query transformation, so you can add it from the AdventureWorks dataset. So here you can see there is a return quantity value. Just select it, hit enter, and you will see that a new measure with the name quantity returned is created. Okay, so you can extend it and see the measure. So these two measures we have created within it. Okay, also you can try to create some other measures also, like average, minimum, maximum, and so on. Okay, so suppose I want to find out the uh, you know uh, suppose I want to find out the average number of children in our customer lookup table. So I can do that by clicking on the children table and finding out the average. Right now I'm not finding it very logical, or maybe I can have the annual income thing as averaged out. So let us do that, and let us go to the measure table again, create a new measure. Let us call this measure as average income. Okay, and we are going to call the average function. Okay, and on the average function, we are going to go to customer lookup table and click on annual income. So what it will do, it will find the average of the annual income column. Hit enter and you will see that average income is created. Okay, to visualize these values, you can use a simple card visual. So I have just used the card visual. Just drag and drop these values over there, and you will be able to see their effect. Okay, so this is the total quantity ordered. This is the average income. See, this is 57.27K. So it is in rupees as per my country. You can also change its settings from the view tab. Also, you can also do for quantities returned and so on. Okay, so please try out for the other values like minimum, maximum, rounding off and so on. Now let us have a more logical example for it. So suppose I want to create a measure to calculate number of distinct customers who made the transactions. Okay, so try to do these exercises as well where you are creating, you know, the measure to find distinct customers who made the transaction and a measure to name to return the rate. Okay, so rate is identified by quantity and which is divided by the quantity sold. So you can try that as well.